welcome back to another video. So today I want to talk about something that I've actually wanted to talk about for a long time, and I know that a lot of people in like the high carb vegan community don't actually believe that this is a problem, or that, you know, you emotionally eat because you're not eating enough and things like that. But I want to talk about emotional eating today because it is such a huge problem in our society. And one thing that I really noticed, regardless of if someone has, you know, an alcohol addiction, a cigarette addiction, if they're addicted to prescription drugs, if they have an eating disorder, whatever it is, usually it's all caused by the same thing. And what's happening is people have an emotional issue and they are emotionally responding to that issue in the wrong way. So they're trying to like stuff their feelings down with some type of food or some type of drug or some type of control in their life without actually like facing the issue in their life and dealing with the actual problem. So I am 100% guilty of this. I have done this for a long time with taking Adderall. I used to drink all the time. I smoked cigarettes. I would like use all these outside coping mechanisms because deep down, like, I was unhappy with my life and I was depressed and all these other kinds of things. So I was using coping mechanisms to try and help me feel better, which in results just made me feel even worse. But a lot of people like will see someone who is an alcoholic, or see someone who smokes, or see someone who has an eating disorder, or just anything like that, and they'll be like, oh, that person has a problem, you know, they're addicted to prescription drugs, or they're whatever. But a lot of people actually do this with food. And I'm not sure exactly how it really started, but I think, you know, like you watch a movie, right? And a girl breaks up with her boyfriend and she goes and she buys a pint of Ben & Jerry's ice cream and sits on the couch and drinks wine, and she doesn't deal with her issue. She like is emotionally responding to her issue with coping mechanisms. She doesn't call her friend and like talk about it and talk through how she feels and deal with the emotional aspect of what's actually going on. She just tries to stuff it down with wine and ice cream and things that aren't going to make her feel better, because that's what we've been taught. Like, we're subliminally taught that our whole lives to use food to make us feel better, or that food is going to make us be more popular or something like that. When you see like a really thin, beautiful girl drinking Coca-Cola with all of her friends, or eating a burger on a billboard, like it subliminally tells us, you know, we're gonna be popular if we drink Coca-Cola. We're gonna be thin and beautiful if we eat hamburgers on a car half naked. Like, they're just messages that are sent to us our whole lives by the food industry to, you know, if you have a bad day, go, you know, and you're busy, go through McDonald's and get food and whatever. And it's taught that like it's okay to do these things. I'll probably be going into this a little bit deeper because it really goes into like emotional or intuitive eating and all those types of aspects as well. But a lot of the food choices that we make and the reasons that we eat aren't actually because we're hungry. And the big problem is like we're not using food anymore for what food is for. Food is for energy, and food is for nutrition, to keep our bodies fueled and to keep us healthy. And I realize like a lot of people, when they come to a high carb vegan lifestyle, what they'll do is they'll use food to emotionally cope with things because they've always restricted it, or they've always, you know, had a problem with food or some type of an issue, and they're like, oh, okay, well, I can eat, you know, as much as I want and all the time. And they kind of start to use food as an emotional coping mechanism. I was 100% guilty of this when I first went high carb vegan, because I stopped smoking and drinking and taking Adderall and drinking caffeine and doing all these things. But those were like my coping mechanisms. That's how I got through life. That's how I got through a bad day. If I had a bad day at work, I would come home and I would drink wine and smoke cigarettes, and then I'd like end up binging on food. And like, I had no idea how to emotionally cope with problems in my life. And when I quit doing all that stuff, I ate so much because I was kind of using food as a coping mechanism to get over any problem that I had, because I lost all my coping mechanisms when I quit them. So I kind of just wanted to do like an intro to this, but I am going to be doing a lot more videos about this. So let me know below if you struggle with this, if you realize, you know, that you're using food to make you feel better, if you're using it for reasons other than giving you energy and nutrition, if you're just eating, you know, when you're bored or when you're sad or when you're lonely or when you're depressed or when you have a bad day at work. Like, those are the things that I want to talk about and teach people how to overcome them, because it can be a huge issue with trying to reach your goals and trying to live a healthy, positive lifestyle, because you're using food as like a drug, literally. So let me know in the comments box below any questions that you guys have on this topic, because I will be doing more videos on it, and I hope that this was helpful for you guys, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.